How do I fund my trust? Hi, I'm Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me. Now, you've seen many of my videos in the past. You'll remember that I don't always advocate the use of a trust as an estate planning tool. For a lot of people, it's overkill. It's more complex than what they really need. However, there are those occasions and are those clients for which the use of a trust-based estate plan is the right choice for them. And we have other videos as to what determines whether or not that's the right choice or not. What I want to talk about today is how do you fund the trust? And what does that mean? Well, when you create a trust, you do so by creating a trust document. Once the trust document is signed and notarized, it's a legal entity. The trust is a legal entity, it's a thing. And you can think of it as a empty treasure chest or safe. It's a very secure place to store stuff. And the trust document is the instructions on what to do with the stuff that's inside the trust. So now the question is, if you don't put anything in the trust, it remains an empty safe or an empty treasure chest. So you have to put assets in the trust to make it a useful tool. And how do you do that? We call that funding the trust. Well, typically, the major asset that people put in a trust is the home that they live in. And they do so by creating a new deed and retitling the house that they live in, retitling it in the name of the trust. Now, they own the trust. So it's a bit of a paper shuffle, but that way the trust owns the house. You do this before you obviously pass away. And therefore, when you do pass away, that asset is already in the trust. The trust is already funded with it. The same goes for retirement benefits. So 401ks, IRAs, and the like, pension plans or with death benefits. You can specify that the trust is to be the beneficiary of those assets. So when you pass, those assets go directly to the trust, and then they're used however you decide in the trust document for them to be used. You can also put things like stocks and bonds. You rename those or retitle those in the name of the trust. So the idea is to move your assets that you want to be managed by the trust, move them into the trust before you pass. That's one of the differences between a trust and a will. A trust, you do all the work before you pass. A will, everybody does the work after you pass. If you want more information about how to use a trust and whether it's the right tool for you, our information is at the end of the video here, and we'd love to have a chance to talk with you. Again, my name is Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate planning for regular folks like you and me.